Hey guys, Rob or Panics here, and welcome to the moment you, if you enter the competition, have all been waiting for. It's time to announce the winners of the 5,000 subscriber speed art competition. So, before we kick off, I've got them on my screen, the various people that I want to talk about, but I want to talk more generally to begin with. The entries were incredible. They were absolutely fantastic, and I'm so grateful to so many people for entering. It was it was a brilliant show, and there were some really, really fantastic pieces in there. Everybody deserves a mention, but the truth is I don't have time to go through every single person individually. But I'll put the link in the description for basically you can go and check out all of the video responses. They're all fantastic, so they will get a big thumbs up from me. So what you're seeing now is actually just a sort of a couple of seconds of snippets from the speed arts in no particular order. They're all there, so you can't work out who's won from those ones. But yeah, I was amazingly happy with the turnout and some really, really fantastic pieces. I like giving constructive feedback as well, and obviously I can't do it for everybody. But what I want to say is a couple of pointers. If you're ever entering a competition again, make sure you spell the guy's name right that you're doing the speed art for. And like, my name's tricky. Panics is tricky, but it's pretty much everywhere. Like, it's not difficult to find how to spell it. So do be aware of that, and do double check all your spellings for stuff like Twitter and Portfolio, because if they're spelled wrong, I'll overlook it, but it does undermine the design slightly. Is little nicks like that and little errors almost. So that's my first one. My second one is when you're using images, don't stretch them and skew them out of, like, keep them in proportion. Especially if you were doing some kind of portfolio web design, for me, a lot of people used some of the stuff that I'd done, and that's fantastic. It was a really good idea. I like that. But they skewed it. When you were resizing it, you didn't keep it as an aspect ratio. So if you hold down Shift as you're scaling, it will keep it in an aspect ratio, so it looks much better and cleaner. It's the same with icons and logos and everything like that. So just be aware of that. And lastly, I'm not talking about YouTube background templates. I'm talking about just templates in general, where they give you a full design. Don't just take stuff out of that, especially if you're doing speed art, because you can see it. If you're pulling things out of another background that's pre-made, then yeah, you've not really done much. So try and do it yourself, or work out their stuff and then do your own. Look at a tutorial. By all means, watch tutorials and stuff, and just watch them. So what you saw on screen had no correlation to which ones I was talking about. I've just chopped them up. Those are my sort of little feedbacky bits, but actually, overall, they were incredible. I was really, really happy with how they turned out. So, without further ado, I'm going to go through the various people that I want to sort of give an honourable mention to. It's quite a long list here. So, firstly, we're going to go to Flanged Design, and I've just got to find. He entered two awesome pieces. The first one is what you're looking at on screen now, I hope. Or rather, you're watching a little bit of a speed art for the first one. It was a nice sort of dark, really, really clean portfolio. I like the sort of the touch with the little finger showing how the rollover icons would look. That's really funky. It's an extra sort of detail that maybe some people didn't go to, it's really nice. And obviously the second one, which I'm just going to try and find now on my screen. Also really, really sweet. Went completely down the other end and went white and grey and some sort of reds and pinks in there. And actually, oh dear, I've just punched myself. Looked really clean and really nice. And I'm a real aficionado for, I don't think I mean that. I love really clean design. So yeah, those two entries are fantastic. Really, really good job, mate. You didn't win, but you did a really, really good job with those. I'd love to see some more stuff. So you've earned yourself a subscription. So hopefully you bring some stuff to my sub box. Not number two. I don't want to get into that. This is something that I want to shout out, not because it came close to winning, but just because it was something really, really funky and different. You're watching something by FlashSoul. I don't know what to say about this, but I like it. I really, really like it. It's this like cartoon girl type thing, screaming with some sort of nice geometric shapes, with some really, really well shaded colours. The panics bit, just it fits. I don't normally like my name in lowercase, but actually you found a font that looks quite nice in. Yeah, I don't know what purpose it is. Is it a wallpaper or something like that? But actually, it's really funky. I like it. Like I say, it didn't win, but it got a massive reaction out of me. I really, really enjoyed that. So next we're going to go to No JJHenry, who did something a little bit different. Actually, I've seen a couple of style things that done like this before. And it was a bit different to most of the other entries, so I liked his idea. What he's done is he's added words that relate to me. I know he's a fan of mine. I see him on Twitter a lot, and actually I've got a lot of time for you. But he's taken all these words that represent me. So designer, Italian, forward thinking. I really, really like. Fire Engine is such a beautiful, beautiful tribute. So many people have heard that story but haven't paid attention, but clearly it's here, so he's aware of that. So yeah, that's a really, really sweet design. I love the idea. The execution's brilliant. It's nice and sort of differing up throughout the speed art. I was kept guessing how the end product was going to look. Was he going to keep the original logo in? But actually, he's met a really nice sort of balance with just a slight drop shadow of the original logo, but the text makes it look fantastic. So that's a really, really sweet piece. You didn't win either, but a great, great piece. So go and check him out. Nice work. And then we're going to go to Gaming All Genres. Now I've got to find this. Have I closed this? Where have I gone? Right. What we're just going to do is we're going to... you're looking at it on screen as I speak, but I'm just opening it up on my screen so I can talk about it a little bit. Gaming All Genres, Oh, yeah! The 5,000 and Rising, yeah! In fact, I've got that written down in front of me, so I don't know why I didn't read that out. This was a really great manipulation, actually. I love manipulations, they're fantastic. I can't do them to save my life, but I really, really like them. I think they're an interesting way of showing your dexterity with Photoshop and other similar programs and stuff like that. And actually, you see him make several changes throughout the speed art. It's really cool. The Golden Gate Bridge comes in and then drops out again. But yeah, it's just a really, really funky. I love the concept and the sort of the idea of hot air balloons and this idea of continuing to rise and subscriber numbers continuing to grow and stuff, and I really like that. I think that's it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Next we're gonna go to Metallic Design. Now I've closed this one as well. They all seem to be closed off my screen for some reason. But yeah, Jake is a good friend of mine. We've chatted quite a lot about design, and he didn't actually build this one for me. He built this as a portfolio for himself, which is fine. It was just a speed art competition. I really like that, and I hope that he gets it coded and I can have a little look at it and see how it looks actually translated onto a web page, because it's a really funky website. It's nice and dark. I really like sort of the polar like opposites. Really, really dark or really, really light. It's nice and clean. It's got some really, really clever gradients, and I love the slider in the middle. I'd love to see how it translates to the actual web. So great work, Jake. Really, really sweet thing. We're now going to go over to... I've got so many people that I want to say well done to. Going to go over to the Howler. Now, where have you gone? Every great artist. This was absolutely brilliant. I really like this. It's like a poster type thing with my logo with a sunburst, and it says every great artist was once an amateur, and I love that. It's got a paintbrush painting the word artist, and it's just really well handled. I love the sort of papery texture as well. It brings it out, and the quote itself is brilliant. I really like that, and it's so right. It's so true. We've all started somewhere. and to come as far as I have is brilliant, and I hope that other people can come further than I have. So that kind of resonated with me as well. So really well done, the Howler. That was brilliant. Another manipulation now. We're going to go on to Underwater by Anarchist Exodia. Not your regular manipulation where it's your standard thumbnail size, but actually it's quite sort of long and thin, and he's depicted underwater really well, quite subtly. Sorry, I just decided I needed a breath there mid sentence. Yeah, it's really something quite interesting. The bubbles are really subtle. You do get the feel of having taken a photo from underwater. So it's a really interesting piece. Go and check him out. That's brilliant. And now we're up to what I'd call my sort of top 3. It was really difficult to pick these. They're 3 totally different ideas. And we're going to go with... I know who's won, so I know who's won the money in the sub box spot. But these are all brilliant. So the links to these will all be in the description. So I strongly suggest you go and check out the entire speed art and subscribe to the people. But we're gonna go with the hand drawing of Ashley Benson. I don't know who Ashley Benson is. I think she's some kind of famous deer. This is from Hamish01. It's brilliant. I love drawing. I love sitting down and just sketching and seeing someone draw something out. This is something you see now and again on YouTube, but far too infrequently. And loads of people can draw, so it's a shame that we don't see it more often. You've definitely earned yourself a subscription, because I'll keep coming back and checking out your drawings. They're brilliant. I really enjoyed this one. So you're watching on screen now the drawing of it. I think the only thing that would have made it a little bit better and probably might have pushed it into first is, I don't know, just a little bit more time on it. It's brilliant, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely fantastic, but there are great areas where it's just there's not been a lot of pencil work, so maybe having gone back into it a little bit, but don't get me wrong, this is brilliant and far better than I could draw, so I really like that. And in a sort of close second, well, these two are both second place almost. There's no distinction between these two. They're between Hamish and the one I'm about to show, which is well, there are 2 of them. I'm trying to find it. The first one is Amitai. Well, Amitai did both of them. Amitai he does illustrations, and the first one is some crazy octopus shit. I love it. It's a head with some glasses and an octopus and some funky swirly letters, all hand drawn, which I really like that as well. It's an extra touch. It's an added touch that's just really something a bit funky and a bit interesting. And then the second one, even better, was this We Are Anonymous drawing of the face is just incredible. Well, the mask rather. It's so well drawn, and I really like it. And then throughout the speed art, there's this constant change towards the end where there's these sort of ornamental swirls. I really enjoyed it, and the final piece is fantastic. So you should be really proud of that one. That came really close to winning. It just got tipped, but yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. And in fact, I'm going to make a spot in my sub box for Hamish, Amitai, and Amitai, as well as the winner, because the truth is, they need they need far more recognition than I can give them, but anything I can do is a little bonus. They were absolutely brilliant, fantastic entries from both of you. So that leaves just one thing. It's been quite a long video now. We're looking at well over 15 minutes before I'm able to tell you who it is, but in first place, and remember, this is an opinion thing. I really like this. You might not agree, but I hope you'll agree with sort of the ones that I've shouted out. So in first place, with something I just love seeing, and I know he went to a lot of effort for it. If I said a specific amount, I think you'd know exactly who it is. I'm just trying to find it on screen so I can talk about it as we go. But it is JOKERCREATIONS. He created this fantastic piece of It's Bob Marley with loads of Bob Marley related words all around it. It's insane. It's so good. The time that's gone into this, it does show. And like throughout it, you're thinking this is looking really, really funky, really, really funky. And then right at the end, the final piece, I think, is what won it. Just looking at it without the background, you can tell straight away it's Bob Marley. It looks brilliant. I really, really love that. One thing I might have done myself is focus a little bit more on the background, maybe make it some kind of texture, but I really can't fault it too much. It's brilliant, and I think it's a deserving winner, so really, really well done, Joker Creations. The £20/$30 is on its way to you, and the entire speed art will be up, slightly shorter. I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter. Will be up on my channel in a couple of days. So you guys can check that out. Be sure to go and check out everybody I've shouted out. All their links will be in the description, along with a link to their original speed art. A massive, massive thank you to every single person who entered. I'm amazed, and in the time it's taken me to have this competition, I've hit 6,000. But I probably won't be doing other competition-y type things for a little while, maybe 7,500. I'm not sure. But we might hold one on Yeousch Graphics or something like that. But the entry's been absolutely insane. I'm over the moon with the response I got. So a massive, massive thank you to everybody who entered. Commiserations to those who didn't win. Congratulations to those who were mentioned. The 3 who placed. And Joker for winning. So thank you very much. I've been Robo Panics, and I've really enjoyed celebrating hitting 5,000 subscribers with you guys. And I'll see you really, really soon. Goodbye.